Police have revealed that the gunman who carried out a deadly shooting spree at a Cincinnati bank had a long rap sheet peppered with low-level offenses in several cities across the U.S., while his shocked neighbors described him as reclusive and bitter. Omar Enrique Santa Perez was identified by police as the man who opened fire at Fifth Third Bank in downtown Cincinnati at around 9:10 a.m. Thursday, killing 3 and injuring 2 others before being gunned down by responding officers. Relatives say the 29-year-old had been living in Cincinnati since at least 2015 and was a U.S. citizen born in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Cincinnati.com described how the alleged gunman's Aunt Judy Martinez Perez broke down crying on the kitchen floor of her Forest Park home Thursday afternoon when she learned that her nephew was the shooter who took 3 lives at the Fifth Third Center. I do not know why, Martinez, who speaks only limited English, said of the attack. Police, too, have been struggling to pinpoint the mysterious gunman's motive. Scroll down for video. Martinez described her sister's son as very quiet, adding that he had held various jobs and was currently working in the Ohio city, but the family did not know where. At one point, Santa Perez had been living in her basement. Police have said there are records of Santa Perez having lived all over the country, including in South Carolina, Florida, and Ohio. He most recently lived in the North Bend suburb of Cincinnati. Social media indicates he may have attended Cincinnati State Technical and Community College, but the school has not confirmed his enrollment. Cincinnati.com reports that Santa Perez has a criminal record consisting of mainly low-level offenses such as entering or refusing to leave the premises in Greenville, South Carolina, marijuana possession in Palm Beach, Florida, traffic offenses in Lake Worth, Florida, traffic offenses in Deerfield Beach, Florida, and disorderly conduct in Coconut Creek, Florida. He also received a citation for driving with an expired license plate in Cincinnati in 2015. Police searched the North Bend apartment complex, where Santa Perez had reportedly been living. Another resident of the complex, Karen Rose, was shocked to hear that one of her neighbors was responsible for the deadly shooting spree. "It's disturbing to think someone like that lived here," Rose told Cincinnati.com behind the 3-story brick building. "He obviously wasn't who I thought he was. Something went wrong in his head." Other residents described Santa Perez, who moved in 6 months ago, as an increasingly bitter and reclusive man, according to the news site. Neighbor Steve Connors said he often saw Perez walking down the street, looking pissed off at everybody. Share this article. Share another resident, Christina Fisher, said Perez kinda would hide when you'd come up the stairs. He didn't want anybody near him. Fisher claimed that a woman had been living with the 29-year-old up until a few weeks ago. Several residents noted that Perez's green Subaru had broken down months ago and that he'd occasionally make a 3-mile trek on foot into the nearby city of Addison, where there's a bus stop into Cincinnati. All of the residents Cincinnati.com talking to agreed that the spree was highly unexpected. "I can't believe he would do something like that, or anybody would do something like that," Fisher said. The 9mm semi-automatic pistol Perez used to carry out the attack before being shot dead by responding officers appears to have been legally purchased, Cincinnati Police Chief Elliot Isaac said. Officials said the outcome of the attack could have been even more tragic if it were not for the actions of responding police officers, given that Perez was armed with multiple magazines and 200 rounds of ammunition. WLWT revealed that Perez was wearing a business suit when he somehow made his way into the bank's loading dock after visiting several nearby stores, including the Potbelly sandwich shop housed in the same building as the bank. Isaac said Perez never worked at Fifth Third Bank and had no other obvious tie to the office building. According to the chief, investigators so far have found no indication that it was an act of terror, but Isaac raised the possibility that Perez had mental health problems. The incident began unfolding at 9:10 a.m. when a 911 call came in reporting shots fired at the bank. Isaac said Perez entered the loading dock at the building and opened fire, then proceeded to the lobby of Fifth Third Bank, where 4 police officers confronted him 3 minutes later and shot him multiple times, killing him. Just before 1 p.m., police executed a search warrant at an apartment building in North Bend, Ohio, believed to be connected to the bank shooter. A neighbor told the station WLWT the person in question had moved into the building just a day or two ago. Cincinnati Mayor John Cranley said the gunman was actively shooting innocent victims and that it was a horrific scene. He noted the building on the city's Fountain Square houses popular ice cream, sandwich and pastry shops. He said it could have been much, much worse if not for the immediate police response to end the threat. This is not normal, and it shouldn't be viewed as normal, the mayor told reporters, adding that the United States is the only industrialized nation with frequent active shooting incidents. We as a country have to deal with it, Cranley added. Hamilton County Prosecuting Attorney Joe Ditters told WIO that the gunman had enough ammunition on him to kill 30-40 people, but police who responded to the scene within 3 minutes of getting the first 911 call were able to neutralize him by shooting him through the glass window of the lobby. A witness